Welcome back to Season 6 of Cursed Destinations. We're stepping inside the cold stone walls of the haunted prison, a place where the guilty never find rest, and the innocent can't escape. This is Episode 17, The Prisoner in the Mirror. Down the long, echoing main hallway of Blackwood Penitentiary hangs an old, ornate mirror. Its frame is tarnished, the glass clouded with age and grime. The prisoners have a saying about it. They whisper that if you dare to look into its depths, it won't show you your face. It will show you your crimes. For most, it's just a spooky legend, a story told to pass the time in the suffocating silence. But legends, as we know, often have a grain of terrible truth. One quiet evening, a guard named Mateo was making his rounds. He was a good man, or so he believed, with a clean conscience and a steady hand. He'd heard the stories about the mirror from the inmates, scoffing at their superstitious fears. Tonight, feeling a bit bored and maybe a little reckless, he decided to test the legend for himself. He stopped in front of the mirror, a smirk playing on his lips, and leaned in, expecting to see his own tired reflection. But the face staring back wasn't just his. The image in the glass flickered, twisting into a horrifying scene. He saw his own hands, strong and sure, wrapped around the throat of another man. His heart hammered against his ribs as he recognized the victim's face, pale and contorted in a silent scream. It was his old partner, Daniel, who had died years ago in what was officially ruled a tragic accident during a prison riot. An accident, or so Mateo had told everyone. Mateo staggered back, his breath catching in his throat. It was impossible. A trick of the light, a figment of his exhausted imagination. He squeezed his eyes shut, trying to banish the sickening image. Taking a deep, shaky breath, he forced himself to look again, needing to see his normal reflection, to prove it was all in his head. He leaned in closer, his nose almost touching the cold glass. At first, there was nothing but his own terrified face. Relief began to wash over him. But then the reflection's expression shifted. A slow, malicious smile spread across its lips. A smile that didn't belong to Mateo. Dark, thick liquid, looking disturbingly like blood, began to ooze from the reflection's eyes and mouth, staining its grin a gruesome crimson. The eyes in the mirror weren't his own anymore. They were filled with a chilling, triumphant evil. Mateo scrambled away, his boots slipping on the polished floor, his mind screaming. He didn't stop running until he was safely locked inside the guard's office. The horrifying, bloody smile burned into his memory. He didn't sleep that night or the night after. The following night, a loud cracking sound echoed through the deserted hallway. The other guards found the old mirror in the morning, a spider web of fractures spreading from its center, as if struck by a powerful blow. But the strange thing was, despite the cracks, the reflection remained. It was no longer just a mirror. It held something captive, or perhaps it had set something free. They say that sometimes, when the hall is empty and the lights are low, you can still see him. Mateo's reflection, forever smiling that blood-soaked grin trapped behind the shattered glass. He's the new prisoner in the mirror, a permanent resident of Blackwood's cursed collection, and he's always waiting for someone else to look in. If you love scary stories and want to explore more cursed destinations with us, don't forget to follow and subscribe for more horror chills. Thank you for listening.